The villagers are one of the intelligent civilizations of Minecraft. Every player is familiar with them. But what do we know about their language? What do you think this villager said? What do you think this wandering trader said? They have 17 sounds. I mean, only the villagers. The wandering trader has its own huge set. They speak these sounds every day, and this set has its own alphabet. Depending on the circumstances in which the villager speaks and on his intonation, we can translate their sounds into full-fledged sentences or words. In short, speaking of which, we will analyze their language completely. And also, how do you think a merchant travels? No, he doesn't walk or ride llamas, as you might think. You will be very surprised, but closer to the middle of the video, I will tell you the secret of wandering traders, which we can only learn through a set of sounds. Sit back, Makis is with you, and we're getting started. If you turn on the subtitles, Minecraft tells us that the villager is muttering. They communicate with each other like that and understand each other. That is, it is not a random set of sounds that they make, but a full-fledged language. As I said, there are 17 sounds in total. A villager of each profession can make any of these sounds. They say the first 3 when you open the trading menu with them.
Huh?
There is a questioning intonation, so our player can understand this sound in English as, "Will you try it?" A villager offers a product to the player. The second sound is also interrogative, but with less enthusiasm and can be understood as,
Huh?
"Then maybe this will do." The third sound is said without joy, as if the resident is showing his latest product.
Huh?
This, the last one, the villager tells us. There is also a set of sounds that they say when they are not working. In this case, each the villager shakes his head and walks away from the player in most cases. The first sound, it's said through clenched teeth, as if the villager is angry at the player for harassing his trade. Therefore, this sound can be translated as, "Get off." "I can't help you" is not said through clenched teeth and without much anger, thanks for that.
Huh?
Go your own way. You can hear it right in the villager's voice, how disdainfully from a high refuses our player to trade. But if you listen to the villager's muttering for a long time, you can go crazy. When you trade with a villager, he can make exactly 3 sounds if he likes the deal.
Huh?
Yes, I agree. The villager likes this deal, and you can hear the villager saying it with a smile. And then comes the second sound of a bargain with a villager.
Uh-huh.
"Oh yeah, great deal." The sentence of the sounds he makes is divided into 2 parts. Therefore, "Oh yes, a great deal" fits here best. The third sound,
Huh?
"It's a deal." It is pronounced without joy but also without negativity.
Huh?
It's a deal. Affirmatively, strictly, professionally, and briefly. Therefore, this translation is best suited here. There are 3 sounds that a villager says, simply like when you're not doing anything. These are sounds of communication between villagers or their communication with the player. The first sound,
Huh?
"Hello" or "How are you?" And in this case, these are common phrases in conversations between themselves or the player. We see about the same things with Endermen. When we come to the end, they give us their confident. The second sound of the villagers sounds like this, so
Huh?
everything is great or it's a great day. The sound itself is pronounced affirmatively without question and is most likely even the answer to the first sound. How are you? Everything is fine. The third sound,
Huh?
are we haggling? Residents like to trade, so this translation is the best fit here. And that sound,
Huh?
it sounds like a question mark. If you beat up a villager, we hear 4 sounds that you will hear now. Most likely, the translation of these sounds is stop. Don't do it. Stop it. No need. The villager asks the player or his infected fellow stop and do not attack him, as they themselves are peaceful and do not want enmity. If you kill a villager, there is only 1 sound. For what? I think it fits here the most. Or, another translation, why? Because the sound a villager? It looks like when the villager asks the player, why did we kill him? At that moment, I felt kind of sorry for them. Other sounds villagers are the sounds of a profession. You can hear from them that say an archer has crafted new arrows, and he's ready to sell them to us. Or the sounds of the stove, where the butcher cooked new food. And even though their trades are really updated after that, it's a pity that the stove doesn't turn on, and it's just sounds. Let's now analyze the wandering trader and its set of sounds. Some of them are similar, but there are also completely unique ones that will surprise you. So you probably think that he walks around the world on foot, or at least uses a llama as a means of transport, the Wandering Trader. And there shouldn't even be any doubt, because when the Wandering Trader was added, they showed a trailer where he seemed to walk around the world and collect goods. But it turned out not, he teleports. But it turns out that all this time the mystery was in the sounds. The Wandering Trader that appears behind your back to such sounds. And there can be only one conclusion, that it's an obvious teleportation since it sounds like the same thing, the Enderman. I showed the rest of my friends, and it turns out no one knew that the merchant was teleporting. It became news to most people that there were sounds of a merchant appearing and disappearing. He disappears to sounds like this. It's also teleportation. Now we know a little more about Minecraft. Maybe that's how it was planned. After the addition, the developers showed us the first concepts where he was such a rare magic merchant with a stone in his forehead. This idea was later abandoned. The uniqueness of the Wandering Trader is also that he drinks a potion of invisibility in case of danger and milk when the danger is over. And he drinks milk normally and the sounds are the same as the players. Well, the potions are very strange. You can hear that he drinks like an ordinary person. And then it's as if he's not drinking the potion but swallowing the bottle whole. It turns out that he was in a hurry to hide from the zombies. As for the language of the Wandering Trader, it is about the same as the language of the inhabitants. That is, the pronunciation of approximately the same words, but with a different key and intonation. But still there is new words or phrases that we can learn from the dictionary of the inhabitant language. Will you take a look? Interested? These two sounds translate roughly like this. The merchant usually uses them as soon as he appears next to the player. Will you buy the product? This sound is set with a questioning intonation, but differs from the previous two. Yeah, there's more than that. I think it will be difficult to translate more precisely. The merchant is obviously proud of his product, so he has something to show the player. There is such a thing. Well, I think you get it. This is a set of sounds that a traveling merchant makes just to attract a player and start trading profitably with him. When you start trading, one sound is played. Did you like something? Yeah. Which indicates a willingness to bargain with the player. What? Do you want to trade? Nekatya starts trading. When you trade profitably with a trader, he makes 3 sounds in ascending order. Great deal. Buy more. And it's a deal. The 4th sound. It translates roughly as, thank you for the deal. And when you try to trade with him on an item that he doesn't have or is not profitable for him personally, he starts publishing displeased sounds. It's not profitable. By the way, this is said with obvious disrespect. There is no more product. I told you it's over. A long sound that clearly makes more sense. More than one word. I think this is a fairly accurate translation. It simply means no. Don't you see? No way. By the way, it was said through clenched teeth, like the villagers, with some kind of anger. Obviously speaking to the player, they say you don't see that there is no product. Well then, after such words, you can in general, not a single villager was injured in all this video. At this point, the theory of analyzing the villagers' strange language came to an end. Share this video with your friends so that next time they know what the residents are telling them. And also subscribe to the channel because there are a lot of interesting things about Minecraft. And I'm saying goodbye. Makis was with you. Good luck to all. Bye-bye to all.